welcome and thank you for watching Cooking with Ash. I hope you guys are enjoying all the amazing recipes I have been posted. If you're loving those recipes, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't liked and subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button below. I've prepared an amazing recipe for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get right into the video.
Guys, thank you and welcome back to tuning in Cooking with Ash. Today we're going to be making a very requested delicious Guyana recipe, and it's called coconut choka. This will be the American version of it, seeing that in Guyana when we make our coconut choka we use the masala brick, which in my opinion is the best thing to make that coconut choka. But we're going to use alternative things to make it, to see which one give us the best result. So here I have some sour tamarind. I have here half an onion, some salt, some garlic, some wire pepper, green mango, and of course our very dry coconut. So we're going to get into the process of breaking our coconut and digging out the coconut out of the shell and roasting it. So join me as we do that. So guys, we're going to go ahead and break our coconut to get the coconut inside the shell. We're breaking the shell to get the coconut inside. So first we're going to mark it with the sharper end of the chopper. We're marking it. Which makes it easier to crack the coconut. And there we go. We turn over the chopper now and we're breaking it. And booyah, there you go, perfectly dry coconut. So we're gonna dig this out of the shell and we're gonna show you that process. Guys, we're gonna try to get this coconut out of the shell. So basically what we're doing here, we're taking a knife and we're dividing it in 4 pieces. So basically marking it. And be careful when you're doing this, you don't wanna cut yourself. Or if you can get it out without marking it, that's fine. Whatever method you want to use to get it out, you can go ahead and do that. So as you see, we're marking it in 4 pieces, so equally divided. Now we're gonna go in with in Guyana they have a tool. It's like they dig the coconut with. Obviously we don't have it here, so we're gonna use that chisel. It's a chisel, some sort of chisel. It's like a flat end. Show them how it looks. My husband working too. And we're gonna dig this out. And of course we cleaned it. We washed it really well. And basically you're just sticking it inside the sides and trying to like work the coconut to get out of the shell. And of course it's gonna break, but it's fine. It's gonna have to get chopped up anyways. And I would say have your spouse help you with this because it's a little hard process. There goes a piece of our coconut that pitched out. Oh, that's what we're looking for. That perfect piece. Yay, there. So that's what we're pretty much looking for, guys. A clean dig out of the shell. But you see, it's a struggle. So make do, work it however you can to get it out of the shell. Guys, we already show you the process of trying to dig it out of the shell. This is another way. We're gonna tap on the shell, break it, try to break the shell. This is another way we're showing you. And of course, be careful when you're doing this. I don't want anyone trying to do it and hurt themselves. So be gentle and be careful when you're doing it. So basically, you see that he just cracked the shell in 2. And we're gonna try to either dig it out of there, which is gonna be an easier process. See? Yes, and you just take the chisel or something and dig the rest out of it. And we broke the shell, the coconut shell. So remember, it was half. We break it in half. Then we went and we break it into quarter. So now we're gonna use a different device. If you don't have a chisel like what we use the first part, we're using a paint can opener. Yeah, that's right. So if you guys have a paint can opener, you can try try it this way. And of course, make sure you clean that paint can opener really well. So this is another way too to dig it out. Or you can use a knife. You see that? Perfect, guys. Look at that. We're digging coconut out from the shell using a paint can opener in the US, okay? So there you go. So we're gonna go ahead and dig all our coconuts out, and then we're gonna start the roasting process. I'm gonna go roast up our coconut now. So I'm using skewers to do it. I have a metal skewer. You can use the wooden one too, but then you have to soak it so it doesn't burn. And basically we're just taking the coconut and we're pushing the skewer through it like that, and we're gonna hold it over the fire to roast it. That's pretty much it. If you don't have a skewer, you can use a thong. Whatever you have that can do the job, go right ahead and use that. I start up my outdoor stove. It's a gas stove that I'm using to roast this. Obviously it's gonna be hard to do it on an electric stove because it's flat and it's not providing heat. I would say any kind of stove that is giving flame would be best to use this. If you don't have a gas stove, I would suggest put a few bricks together and start a fire and roast it over. That's the only alternative I would say. So what we're doing, we're just trying to roast the coconut, like let the flame get into the coconut and burn it inside. And we're not looking to burn the coconut, we're looking to roast it nicely. Like we're looking to smoke it, like more of a smoke. If you have a grill, you can do it on the grill too. You can start up the grill and roast it on the grill. Look at that. We're looking for that nice char on the coconut. We're not looking to burn it, but more char it. So as you can see, hubby is like rotating it. And of course the coconut roasting smells delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up our coconut, and then we're gonna get into the grinding process. So I'll come back and show you guys that. Guys, according to hubby, instead of breaking the coconut round in circle like what he did, it's easier to break it from the eye. So it's not round but elongated. So you can show them, like, what do you mean, like this way? Yeah, you break it from this part going to the other side. Yeah, instead of doing it round. Easier tip for you guys. So here we have our coconut all been roasted. This is what it looks like. It smells all smoky and nice. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, I'm just gonna show you guys. Can you grab this? I'm just gonna show you guys what we're gonna do. So you see all these brown bits, we're pretty much gonna take a knife and scrape it a little bit. Scrape it off, not all of it, but like scrape it off, because you don't want that too much overpowering roast flavor in the coconut choka. So basically you're just scraping out some of it like that. You guys see what I'm doing? Like that. So we're gonna go do that to the coconut, and then we're gonna get into the grinding process. Setup, we're gonna use my old-fashioned mill that we used to grind all. We're gonna try grinding it here, and then I'm gonna show you the grater method if you don't have a mill. So let's proceed in grinding this coconut. So I went ahead and chop up the coconut into flakes, and of course, you know, with the mill you gotta push it down. And we have it on the tight setting, so it grinds very fine. There we have it. We have coconut starting to spill out. So I'm gonna come back when you finish grinding this up and show you the texture, what it looks like. This is what the coconut choka looks like after we grind it on the mill, texture wise. I usually break this down a little bit by putting it in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to show you that process, but then I'm going to show you the part with the grater if you don't have a mill. So you use the finer side on the grater, but this is a little trick I saw off of Instagram. Honestly, I cannot remember the person who I saw it off of. So they basically take the plastic wrap, the cling wrap, just a piece, cut it out, put it over here like that, and you grate whatever you're trying to grate, and it less mess and it grates better in my opinion. You get the stuff. So I'm using the grater. I'm trying to get it separated. I'm gonna grate this down. And be careful with your hands, guys. So I'm doing all the methods I can to show you guys, whoever don't have access to the different kind of process, like a food processor or a mill. So this is the grater method if you don't have those things. And I'm showing you what the consistency looks like. Look at this, guys. And you just remove the plastic and you have all your nice coconut there. Of course, it's gonna get some rip on it, but look, barely any kind of mess. Barely any kind of cleanup on the grater. So this is what it looks like texture wise, the grater. And I'm gonna show you another way to break it down a little bit further. In my opinion, the grater process looks finer than the mill one so far, but with the mill one, you see you get the coconut milk more than the grater one. So this is one process. I'm going to show you using the food processor what it looks like. Now onto the food processor method, guys. And I'm doing all this for you guys to see whichever one you prefer, whichever way it's easier for you. I'm doing it for you to see. So I'm going to grind this up and I'm going to come back and show you texture wise what it looks like. Guys, this is what it looks like texture wise in the food processor. The texture for me is way bigger. It's more crumbly than our normal coconut choka. So in my version of this, I would say the best thing to do this on is the hand grater and break it down further, as I'm going to show you in the video, or the mill. Guys, we're going to go ahead now and grind our onion, our pepper, our garlic into this. And of course, you see, we have a nice hot mess here. But it's all worth it because we're gonna get that delicious coconut choka in the end. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my onion, grind everything in, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys what it looks like. Guys, I wanna show you texture wise what they look like. This is the food processor side by side I'm showing you. This is the food processor texture wise. Do you see how coarse this looks? And it doesn't release the milk as the one that has been grind on the mill and the grater. You see this? This is more of the coconut choka consistency. It's finer. It releases the milk. If you can pay attention, look at this. It releases the milk. Whereas this one here, it's so coarse. And I really gotta squeeze really hard. Well, I gotta go really hard before I get any sort of kind of milk from it. So I would say the best process to do this in the US, Canada, UK, wherever you are besides Guyana and don't have a masala brick, is either use the grater method that I did or the mill method, your preference. Now I'm going to show you the grater and the mill process that I'm going to further break it down a little bit more. So let's get into that process. Guys, this is what our finished coconut choka look like after the grinding process. Beautiful consistency. Here I have all my garlic, onion, pepper, mango that I grind up into it. So I'm just incorporating everything into this. And because there's pepper in here, if you're scared to use your hand, you can go ahead and mix it with a spoon, but I like this way. So now we're gonna add our tamarind, and my tamarind has seeds. So I'm just gonna run it through and I'm gonna pull out whatever seed. It doesn't have a lot of seed, it just have like little ones. So I'm just gonna run it through and mix it in and pick out whatever seed I find. Which so far it's mostly the tamarind flesh. Now I'm gonna add salt, and everything I'm using, all the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. And this smells amazing. Oh my gosh. And for the pepper, if you want to add more pepper, if you like it spicy, you can go ahead and add more pepper. If you don't want pepper in yours, you don't have to add the pepper. Sorry guys, I'm outside doing this and there's like a lot of noise from the road. Summer bikers, you know, enjoying the lovely weather. So look at this guys, look at the coconut, the creaminess of the coconut, that milk. Ooh, this is gonna taste delish. And here I found the seed, and that tamarind flavors it well. So another step that I do to break it down, to satisfy my heart, which is already very breakdown as it is, but to satisfy my heart further, to break it down a little bit more, I'm just putting it in a Ziploc bag. Everything in, and I'm basically closing the bag up. Let me just get my hands clean. And I'm getting my rolling pin, and I'm just gently tapping on it, breaking it up further. And again, if you have the motor, I believe it's called, and pizza, you can put it in there and do this process too. Break it up further like that. Break it down a little bit further. For me, it makes it crush up a little bit more, or you can even roll it like this, of the Guyana masala brick style with the brick. For me, this process make a world of difference. And break it down further. You see that guys? You see how it looks? It looks exactly like we're rolling it on the brick. Coconut choker, US, Canadian, UK style, if you don't have a masala brick. So there guys, it's break down good enough for me. I'm not going to break it down further, but this is what it looks like. You just pour it back in the bowl. And you can go ahead and taste this for salt. If you want to add anything else to it, like more pepper or anything, you can always grind it up. Garlic, whatever more you think you want to add to it, you can go ahead and add it. And this is it guys. This is our finished coconut choka. It's a messy process, it's a little process, but it's well worth it. And what we do in Guyana, to serve it up, we just roll it into balls like this. Form it into balls. So I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please share the video. Please like and subscribe for more amazing recipes from my kitchen to yours.